Hey guys, it's me, it's Chelsea. It's been a long time, kinda, since I recorded like an actual talking vlog where I've talked for like longer than like 5 seconds. Or at least it feels like it's been a really long time. But there was kind of a good reason for it. I saw a geneticist in February after waiting for 2 years to see one. I actually saw two in Kelowna. About 2.5 hours I spent there, and the primary geneticist I saw has officially given me the status of having an undiagnosed connective tissue disorder versus having a clinical diagnosis of Marfan syndrome. So she said I could have either Lewy-Dietz syndrome, Marfan syndrome, or Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, vascular one. I think I totally butchered Ehlers-Danlos. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm butchering it. I tried really hard not to look too much into the two new syndromes. It was pretty shocking to have a change in diagnosis, especially because I had the clinical diagnosis of Marfan syndrome since 2011. But they're all connective tissue disorders. And the thing about connective tissue disorders are they're so similar. There's so many shared symptoms between them. And that's the difficult part, because they're so similar. I know, I'm repeating myself. It's really late. I'm really tired. They're just similar, and it's so difficult to pinpoint exactly which one you might have unless you do fit the bill exactly for the different symptoms or diagnosis criteria, or you have genetic testing. And with genetic testing, they can do panels that screen you for more than one genetic condition. So the government has approved my genetic testing, and I think they're testing the panel that does maybe 5 of the most common ones. So the government has approved it. They don't normally do that. They don't normally pay for them. So I was expecting to have to pay a couple of $1,000 at least, most likely, because I am the first person in my family who's ever had any of these conditions. So they had nothing to test my blood against. I think that's kind of what they described. So we would have to do, the testing would be a little bit more complicated than testing for someone with a know-in, so if my mom had it and they tested her, they'd kind of know exactly what panel and thing they're screening for. That's kind of my understanding of genetic testing. It's kind of complicated, and I've been studying a little bit for a few years, and I don't know too much about the 3 different syndromes other than Marfan syndrome. Obviously, you know a bit about it. The other one messes up your fibrillin, and that might be Ehlers-Danlos, and Marfan is fibrillin. Ehlers-Danlos might be collagen, and I think Lewy-Dietz is something like really random. It's some sort of random code that it messes up. But they're all kind of connected to collagen and connective tissue at the end of the day. So right now they think it's most likely Lewy-Dietz syndrome, and that would be based on a bunch of facial measurements. And I never knew this, but the whites of my eyes are actually gray. Good to know. So that's one of the major signs, I guess, of it. Other than that, I don't quite know exactly the exact differential diagnosis, like exactly why I fit the Lewy-Dietz profile, because there are a few things that I am definitely missing. And one of them is the split uvula, which is in your throat, the little sac thing. Mine's not split, so I know that for sure. So it's a little interesting to know that that's not one of my symptoms, yet they kind of still think I have it. Vascular Ehlers-Danlos was only on the table because I had a definite enlarged aortic root, so I fit the bill for vascular Ehlers-Danlos, because for vascular, you obviously have to have a vascular issue, and I fit enough of the connective tissue things to get in. I think, oh, I know I have it written down, my paperwork is packed at the moment. I kind of scored average on both the Marfan diagnostic criteria and the Beighton scale, which is a really simple test that they do for connective tissue disorders. So yeah, I kind of ranked in the middle of both of them. But because of this new diagnosis, I have to have a few simple things like urine samples. That was pretty easy to do. I also have to have an MRI or an MRA, which is an MRI of the thigh. I have to have ultrasounds. I'm going to St. Paul's Hospital today. I'm leaving today, actually. And there they will be doing a chest x-ray, I think. And I'll be doing the ultrasound there. They'll be doing an updated echocardiogram. And then the genetic testing. Because I'm so phobic to needles, I'm doing the genetic testing at the same time, hopefully, as the MRA. Because with dye, it has to be with an IV. So they're going to actually sedate me for both of those. Oh, for the whole day and just do both things. Because I'm so severely phobic to needles. And there's been complications in the past with blood tests. For my scoliosis pre-op appointment, we tried for about an hour to get blood. And they had like IV techs in there and like everybody, and I was lying down. They had warm blankets. And so that was a disaster. It was much easier to do it once I'd been knocked out during scoliosis surgery. So they don't want to repeat that. And then for the one and only MRI that I had a lot of problems fidgeting. And if you fidget, it doesn't always work, and you have to do it longer. So it's just a lot easier between the dye and fidgeting to be sedated for that. Even though I feel like a giant baby, it really sucks, but it is reassuring. So they're hoping to do that in June next month, hopefully. I don't have a date yet. But in St. Paul's, I have, God, what's my schedule like? It's pretty crazy. I think it's packed. They're like 8 appointments or something between 2 days, and tomorrow. Oh, that's right, an ECG, which is being done separate to the echocardiogram. So that is on Tuesday, and they've given me, what is it? So the ECG is going to be in one building, or is it an EKG? Because I think ECG, I get them mixed up. One is echocardiogram and one is like electro something gram. Anyway, so that would be on Tuesday, and it's in one building. And then they've given me 15 minutes for the testing, and then I have to be in the next building on the 5th floor to do reception and opening paperwork before I see the specialist. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see how that goes. 15 minutes, in my opinion, isn't a lot of time to do a test. And then I have to go to the other building on the 5th floor. That seems not a lot of time. But yeah, that's a little bit stressful. The whole trip's kind of stressful, and it's just the fact that Lewy Dietz in particular sounds a lot more complicated than Marfan syndrome, and it's been really, really, really tough trying to deal with the possibilities. That's what I have. There's a lot worse things that can happen with that one. It's my understanding that your arteries can be severely impacted. They will be twisted. You can also have dissections and aneurysms in places other than the heart. And can't even think right now. It's so late and I have to pack. I haven't packed. I'm leaving in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. I have to sleep and do stuff, but so far I have like so many suitcases. Focus. Oh, I hope you were focusing that whole time I was talking. That would really suck. Yeah. Still trying to pack. And I haven't even made videos in forever. And you can tell because I can't find my tripod. It's like a $40 tripod and can't find it. So, but when I do get back from Vancouver, I've got a surprise for you guys, and I'm super excited because I've been dying to try this. I got Yummy Nummies. Although mine's the basic one, candy bar maker. Not at all complicated. 3 steps. Why are you so... There, 3 steps. Turn French. Oh, no, never mind. It has English and French. So I'm going to be doing that. Hopefully I'm going to get a few more. I really actually wanted to do them in December when I kind of first found them around Christmas time, but they were kind of expensive and I was kind of like, what the hell is this? Powdered food. And it becomes real food. I didn't really know what the concept was. And then I checked out all the videos and Popkin Chicken looks so cool, but it's not available in Canada that I can actually physically buy. I don't have a credit card, so I can't order things online. The other really stressful thing that's been going on lately, I have a brother. He is estranged from my family. He and his pregnant girlfriend, toddler, and dog were living in Fort McMurray. I don't know if you know this, but Fort McMurray in Alberta has some really bad forest fires going on. And the city of Fort McMurray, the entire city, all 80,000 people were evacuated. And it was pretty stressful because I'm like, oh my god, that's where my brother lives. And obviously these people had to flee. Some of these people could only flee with the clothes on their back. They didn't even have time to return home if they were, say, example, at work. A lot of people lost dogs, pets. There's, like, I would say probably hundreds, if not maybe 1,000 animals stuck there. And anyway, my brother's girlfriend posted she was safe. She was evacuated, I think, pretty early on. And then, because this whole city was evacuated in just, like, a couple hours. And it was pretty bad. It went crazy. So she was evacuated and then evacuated again from wherever she went to. I think she went to family. And then that's where things got complicated. I didn't hear a post for about several hours because when people left Fort McMurray, seriously left the entire town, had to leave, 10,000 people went north towards camps, and the other thousands and thousands and thousands of people went, I guess, south towards the cities. So my brother was actually one of the ones that went north to the camps. His mother found him lodgings there. So that's kind of where the difficulty was. They weren't able to really communicate. It took them several hours, like 8 hours, 11 hours to get to the camp, to get to a room. Between being evacuated the first time and then, yeah, they were in the car with a dog and a toddler and a very pregnant woman for like 11 hours. And they were in a camp called McKellen, I don't even know, for 2 days before they were flown out to Edmonton. Priority was given to people, families, young people, people with medical problems, and dogs, like people with pets, to get out of the camps. So yeah, and then they went to Edmonton where they spent the night with a family. A family was very sweet and took them in, and then they met up with her family, and I think they're in a place called Sherwood Park right now, as far as I know. But still, like, they have even less than they had before because they had to leave their car behind in the camp. So it's really stressful knowing that they're in that situation right now, so it was really poor timing. I was not looking forward to this trip to Vancouver in the first place, and then to have this happen to them was not helpful at all. And then last weekend, our van broke down just 8 days before we had to take it to Vancouver. So it's a really big stressor because obviously I'm pretty concerned that I want the van to make it from where I live to Vancouver because we have to drive through mountains today. We have to make it today. So it's just been one thing after the other and it's pretty hard. Other than that, I've really just been spending a lot of my time working. Yeah, and just reading. I've read a lot of books. Yeah, so just enjoying the time and the break. I Instagram a lot more than I apparently YouTube or record videos. But I still have a lot of videos that I'm gonna hopefully upload soon from March and April, because I think I got February uploaded, maybe not. I might still have February. I still recorded videos, but not talking ones. They're mostly just little holiday ones. or, yeah, holiday ones, where I pointed the camera and said, Cookie Day, or something like that. Or really quick, under a minute long videos. Yeah, I just want to update you. I'm probably going to try and vlog in Vancouver. I don't know how much time I'm going to have. I'm only there until Thursday. I come home Thursday. So it's literally just Sunday, 2 days of medical appointments, and then Wednesday. And I don't really know how these medical appointments are going to go. So I didn't really make plans with anybody, even though I have people there that really wanted to see me and I want to see them. But it's stressful because obviously I no longer have a firm diagnosis, so I don't know how these are going to go. I know that with Lewy Dietz, they do tend to do surgery more quickly than they would with the Marfan syndrome. Don't really know about vascular Ehlers Danlos. So I'm kind of preparing mentally for the possibility that they might say, hey, you have to have surgery, or you should start thinking about it. Whereas with Marfan syndrome, I knew that was a really long way off. They do the measurements, the measurements are quite a lot bigger. They wait until they're bigger before they surgically intervene. So yeah, that's a concern. I've also been having a lot of blood pooling and blackouts. So blood pooling means my hands will go purple or red and the veins will all pop out. My feet and legs will have blood pooling. So we think there's a secondary condition, but hopefully I can do that at St. Paul's tomorrow. Hopefully I start getting answers. It's going to be an intense appointment either way, because obviously I don't know any of these people there. I've never been to this clinic before. It's all new to me, and you have to kind of get introduced to the doctor, especially if you're going to be like your long-term doctor. Yeah, so stressful. And I still have so much to do today. I really want to try and sleep for a bit. I could also sleep while I'm there. I have to get home. I have to get to Vancouver before Big Brother Canada airs. That's what I've been spending a lot of time doing as well. I've never really watched it before. I watched this season. And then I watched all the live feeds on live feeds. Yeah, it was a fun distraction, but yeah. So, wish me luck. I'm gonna upload this now. Thank you for watching. Sorry it's long and random and ranty and doesn't make a lot of sense. Hopefully I'll be able to make a better video, perhaps about the 3 different conditions at a further time. Obviously right now it's just, I don't want to learn too much about them, so I wasn't interested in making videos about those particular things. I wasn't just really interested in making videos in general. It was a big change. It was hard to get adjusted to. I didn't take it as hard as I did when I got the Marfan diagnosis. That was a lot more difficult to handle and comprehend and come to terms with. So I'm doing okay compared to that, but it's still not fun. So this trip isn't fun. It's not a fun trip. It's a stressful one. But yeah, hopefully I'll update you. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.